What a beautiful place.
Right? I could live here now and be happy.
Let's take over one of the old houses. Not the one with the snake in it.
Not the one with the snake. Definitely not. All right, here we are in Quesnelle Forks. So we're going to look at the visitor center first. So Quesnelle Forks was also known as Quesnelle City, or simply known as the Forks. That's about all I know. Even with the paper in my hand, I can't get it right.
Built in the 1860s. There's a lot of the original buildings are still standing. We're going to take a walk around and we'll go and have a look at them. I think this was the original town site of Quesnelle Forks on here, but it's totally peeled off. You can't even make it out.
1868, yeah.
You can see where the river was and then all of the streets, but that's about all you can see. So there's an old cemetery and a new cemetery. So the new cemetery is here on your left.
So the one I'm looking at?
Yeah. The cemetery dates back to 1859.
59? Oh yeah, look at that. Holy smokes.
Yeah, I'm not that clever. I read the sign.
That is old. I mean, this is way older than the Phoenix Cemetery we went to last year.
Yeah, it is.
That one was only 1901 or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
This one's 1950 to 1994. I mean, some of
this is the new side.
Okay, 2012?
Yeah. Well, that one back there is 1912, though. But they did start renewing or fixing the cemetery up.
May 28th, 1912. 1909. Oh boy. There's some ghostly figures here. Look at that one. That one's cool. 1833 to 1918. The Gold Rush miner. Wow.
Born in Truro, Nova Scotia.
Yeah, I guess that's what that would mean. Wow, that is so wild. What is that? 19th century Chinese incense.
Altar house.
Altar house.
Well, because they had the highest Chinese population outside Victoria and Nanaimo at the time in the late 1800s.
Well, there's one. Wong Kun, native of China, died 1937, age 86.
Wow.
I mean, for 1937 to be 86 is...
It's looking like they exhumed a lot of the Chinese. Look at, we're standing right on them.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. See?
So we were in Granite City recently, and they have a whole section of Chinese cemetery that they exhumed all the bones, and they were supposed to go back to China.
Which was the practice back then from a lot of these old cemeteries.
Yeah.
Kind of creepy.
It really is.
Like creepy.
Goosebumps.
Yeah. That's thunder.
That is thunder. Oh yeah, we're going to get wet.
I know. We've got a storm coming in. So some of the buildings down here are still standing. When I say still standing, what they mean is that there's 3 or more walls still standing and it has a roof system. And there's some collapsed buildings, which, well, there's no roof system. So collapse is collapse.
Well, we would love to visit the museum, but it was closed. I'll take a special drive out here just to see.
Right?
Oh, spider web just over your head, into my face.
Awesome. Sometimes it pays to be short.
Yeah, right? Okay, so that was the caretaker's house.
So this is the caretaker's house.
Now you can see the rain. Yeah, we're gonna get soaked.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, old vehicle left behind just to rot away. See, I love the old vehicles. That's cool. So sweet. I love those old things. Okay, back to what matters. Oh wow, it's actually tall enough for me to get into the door.
Yeah, you can stand up in
Not
here.
7 feet, but they're 6.5 feet.
Yeah.
This is actually in remarkable shape.
It's pretty cool. Look at it. There's still wallpaper on the walls.
Oh wow.
Where the stove was.
There's a snake. He's just coming down from the rafters. We're gonna go outside. That's cool. Look at that. Woo, we're out of there.
Oh, gross.
What is that little thing hanging out? Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay, I can handle a lot of things. Snakes are not one of them.
Okay.
So Quesnelle Forks was actually the major supply center for the Cariboo Gold Rush between 1860 and 1862. Catered to over 2,000 transient miners annually and had a resident population of about 100 people.
It's got a neat thing on top. It's like it's not really a door, is it?
I don't know. Fairly well preserved though, aren't they?
Well, there's a sign here. Let's see what it says. The miner's cabin. The shoe store, because they found lots of shoes in it.
Interesting.
So this is, oh, it was a store, so that's why it's different from most then. Okay. Look at the old shoes. Those are cool.
Oh, that's really cool.
Oh, well, I'm not going in because the snake
There's
might
snakes
fall on
in
me.
there. Almost rather have a bat fly down than a snake fall from the ceiling. This is a stable. There's another old car.
Oh, so cool.
Here comes the rain.
With the old car. That is a stable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. It's huge. Front door. This is where the horses would come out.
Obviously.
Fairly large.
It's clever of you to know that the horses came out
I
here.
love all the hand-hewn logs and stuff. You don't see a lot of that these days.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's a lot
thunder.
more. Woo. We're not even halfway through yet.
What is
They look
that?
like little Japanese lanterns. They're so cool.
That's awesome. Oh man, I don't know, babe.
I'm not sure we're gonna get through here.
I say we go back to the truck right now and.
Oh.
So, this is fun. It is raining like crap, cats and dogs.
We're soaked.
We weren't even that far away.
Look, we had a second shower today.
Yeah, right?
I just drenched. We heard the thunder and we're like, oh, maybe it'll bypass us.
Yeah, it didn't.
It,
At the very moment, yeah. I mean, we were out there for maybe 35 seconds.
yeah, it's wet. It's coming down. So we're gonna wait it out. We're gonna hope that it passes so we can go back in. But definitely not enjoyable. I mean, a little drizzle is fine, but in the couple seconds we were there, we just got
That's what's happening.
totally soaked. So we're gonna sit here for a little bit and see if it passes.
Good thing I have a hot cup of coffee with me. Yeah, wow, I can't believe how fast I came in. Heard the thunder and I was like, yeah, maybe we'll luck out.
So stay tuned. We're gonna sit here and dry off a little bit.
Yeah. So anyway, drowned rat.
The rain stopped. We still hear thunder every once in a while, but the rain stopped. So we're going to attempt to get through the rest of Quesnelle Forks. So
there's a bucket on top of that one.
That is the Tong house. It's the oldest structure, perhaps the oldest structure in the town site, and commonly referred to as a Tong house. A Tong was a Chinese fraternal organization that saw to the needs of the new arrivals. So it also was an organization overlooking the community's festivals, fundraisers. the care of the elderly and destitute, as well as shipment of a miner's remains back to China. The Chi Kung Tong Society formed a branch here in 1882, and until 1910 had over 100 members. And this is Wong Kui's house. You had to duck to get in that one.
That's a cute little one. Go stand in front of the door and see how short it is.
And wait for a snake to come down.
Yes.
Yeah. It's actually got a back of the room. It's got 2 rooms.
And she's like 5'2".
Maybe. Sure, I like to think I am.
Yeah, that's a tiny, tiny little door. Oh, and there's actually a back room in this one too.
So the collapsed building was the boarding house. And in behind it is the sporting house.
The sporting?
This one.
That one there is the sporting house.
And then over there beside it, over here is the Hermits.
The
Yes,
Hermits?
Hermit. Like Hermit. Not Kermit.
Not Kermit. The Hermit. Well, the Hermit has the best house. It's looking over the river.
Right?
That is the dream life. Wow, look at that raging river down there. Holy smokes. That is awesome.
Wow, that's quite the river.
Yeah, no kidding.
So just down the way, if you look to your left,
Okay, to my left.
there was a bridge that came over here. This is where all the miners and stuff came from.
Oh,
So there's that bullion.
Wood is out there?
Yeah.
Wood?
Yeah. That's part of the
Okay.
old bridge that came across in the 1860s. That's how they came into Quesnelle Forks over the Quesnelle River. And it used to, at one point, was a toll bridge.
A toll to walk across?
All wagons and
Oh, okay, okay. Actually,
part of the old wagon road. See over here on the shore, you can actually see more of the wood pilings.
so it must have been a fairly high bridge then to deal with all
Well,
the
you'd
flooding
think
and
with
stuff,
the
right?
flooding and the river and everything.
Yeah.
And at one point, this was actually washed out. So when I look where we're standing now, the sporting house, down here was the former location of the Death House. Yes, Death. Joss House, Wong Kui's, and Tong House.
So where the river is right there,
Right here.
that actually used to be land
Yeah.
and houses.
This little piece right here.
No kidding.
It was washed out. Erosion loss since 1996 landslide. So it was a landslide in 96 that washed out, went into the river.
Oh, so it made it all the way to 96. It wasn't when they were actually living in there.
No, it's 96.
So this is the Hermit house.
Yeah.
Look at the old chair.
They've got an old stove in here. Look at the old heater in the loft.
Looking for snakes. No snake going in. Oh, that old stove is so sweet. That is so cool. I love old stuff. Yeah, that's wicked. And a loft up top there. That's neat.
And then this was a sporting house, which was right beside.
So what is it? Why is it sporting? What does that mean?
I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Looks like there's an old root cellar or something down there. See that?
Yeah. It actually just stops there. It could just be drainage.
Oh, maybe drainage. Oh, there's a big old tub in the back. Check that out.
I'm going to. Maybe the sporting house was like the bathhouse?
Oh, it could be for the because right next to it was the boarding house, right?
Look how tiny that is. That has got to be...
And don't be the last person in it, because gross.
This little tub is only about 4 feet long in the bottom. Then the little part at the top where you put your back, that is so short. Pretty neat though.
I think that next wave of a storm is coming through, so let's...
Okay.
This was the Chinese general store.
So they got, this one is Missy Kim's house.
Yeah.
Missy Kim.
A young purchased bride from China. She was the wife of Wong Kim, the respected store owner and Tong leader at the time.
This one's really, I can't believe how good a shape these are in still.
Yeah, I think they fixed the roofs up and stuff, but there's the back of the general store, and then this was their house they lived in and behind their store.
This is the bunkhouse.
It's mostly a replica. The original structure was at one time part of the main temple for the Chinese community at Quesnelle Forks.
Okay.
Amazing that this used to be a whole city.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
So cool. Right on the river. It's just beautiful.
Definitely an ideal place. Hola. So is this the trail down here? Must be.
So now we want to go down here. There's more down this way. What a beautiful place.
Right? I could live here now and be happy.
Let's take over one of the old houses. Not the one with the snake in it.
Not the one with the snake. Definitely not. So this is Shorty Lahi's cabin.
Lahi's?
Lahi.
The last resident to live at Quesnelle Forks.
Shorty because obviously, judging by the size of these doors, he was not tall. Wow. This is obviously just sunk in a little bit, but...
So Mr. Lahi retired to Likely and passed away in 1979.
So somebody lived here till 1979?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, too bad the Cedar Point Park isn't open.
Okay. This, all right. I gotta stand back here just a little bit. Okay, this guy named was Shorty. This is approximately, well, let's see, you stand there.
Just use me as a measurement. I can't even fit through the door without it, and I'm not very tall.
Nope, you are only 5'1", not 2 apparently.
Oh, I'd like to pretend I'm 5'2".
Oh, I'm just gonna ignore that ugly spider there and duck under.
Watch the hole in the floor.
I'm only doing this. I don't want to go in. There's a lot of rat poop in there.
Yeah, he lived here till 19.
Oh, look at the old stove. That's so cool. Love these stoves.
Oh, yeah, he lived here till 1979, and it's too bad that the museum isn't open.
Yeah, apparently there's a lot of stuff there for us to see.
No, but there's a display of his personal effects.
Oh, wow.
In the museum.
Well, that's something we can come back for a weekend trip to see.
A long ways for a weekend trip.
Nah.
This was his tool shed. So this whole place was just his property.
Okay, this was his little area here. Lucky guy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess we're moving on to the next town. We've seen everything here, right?